you can probably tell, this isn't my actual hair. But about 300 years ago, when Johann Sebastian Bach wrote that beret, it was all the fashion. And in fact, this string instrument is one of the oldest of the modern string family. It was invented probably about 500 years ago. So my name is Philip, and this is my favorite instrument, the viola. So before I begin to play the viola, I almost always have to do a few things to prepare it. First thing, this shoulder rest. When I put it on the viola like this, on the back, that way it allows the viola to rest comfortably on my shoulder and under my chin without sliding off. The second thing that I do is that I tighten my bow. Now, if you notice, the white part of the bow here is hair from the tail of a horse. And when I tighten that with the screw, it allows me to pull it over the strings so the strings vibrate and make a sound. Very important. The last thing that I do is that I tune the strings on my viola before I begin. Because if the strings aren't in tune, I can't play the right notes. Much better. So next I want to show you the viola and the violin next to each other. Now you can see that the viola is kind of like a big brother or big sister to the violin, right? See the size difference? Violin, viola. And we share three of the same strings between the violin and the viola. The A string, the D string, and the G string. The violin has a higher E string, but what makes the viola so special is our lower C string on the bottom. Now, not only does that allow us to play lower notes, but it gives us a deeper and darker tone. I want to play a little excerpt of a piece by Hector Berlioz. It'll give you a good idea of what the lower strings of the viola sound like. That always makes me think of somebody maybe remembering or dreaming about maybe something sad. Now, music can express emotions, and that's one of the really great things that draws us to music. For the next example, we have a composer that kind of takes it to the next level. He actually tells a story through music. Now, it's kind of fun for the viola part in this particular piece because he gets to play a role, kind of like an actor in a movie. Richard Strauss is the composer, and he writes a piece called Don Quixote. And in this, the viola gets to play a sidekick to a hero, kind of like Robin to Batman. Now, this sidekick, well, he doesn't get to ride a horse like the hero. He rides a donkey instead. So he's kind of silly. He tries to be brave. He tries to help out, but he's actually kind of a very funny character. Richard Strauss writes that into the music for the viola solo. And I'm going to play a little bit of that for you now so you can listen to the two sides of the character. It's really fun to play characters like that. Now, we have another example of something very similar to that, and I think you might recognize this one. It's from the Disney movie Beauty and the Beast. And there's a song that's sung by the Candelabra Lumiere in there. So every time I play this little tune, I always try to think of inviting my guests to dinner. So much fun. So that music was written just a handful of years ago. Compare that to the piece by J.S. Bach that was written almost 300 years ago. There's so much variety in the music that we get to play, everything in between. And so that's what makes it so much fun to play a musical instrument, and especially to play the viola. Thank you so much for listening today, and I hope that you decide that you like the viola as well as I do.